We're start off with sauteing onions in olive oil. That's where I've started. I'm doing it in my Instant Pot right now. It's on the saute function. Just get it going, and we're gonna get the onions to cook until they're translucent. We're gonna add to it some of these carrots. We're gonna add to it some of these the celery. And when we put that together, in French, it's called mirepoix. And that's just a combination of 3 different ingredients that would give a nice, unique profile as the base of what we're cooking. Yesterday or last video, it was sofrito, and that was when I put together, you know, the tomatoes, the onions, the garlic, and I put that together with the carnitas, and that created a sofrito, which is again the strong flavored base that you're going to use. When you look at a recipe, it says, okay, take onions, carrots, and celery, and put them in a pot, and they don't explain the process of creating the mirepoix, sautéing it, getting the flavors to come together, caramelizing the onions a little bit. This is an important part of making the base of your sauce. If you just take all these things, throw it in this, you know, Instant Pot, and just throw all the ingredients together and just turn it on, it's not going to taste good because I didn't saute up my mirepoix to start. I didn't get the base of the flavors coming together that way, and I didn't layer the flavors. So it's an important part of cooking good food is to understand the steps that go into it and the steps that go into the recipe so that you can make it delicious. Because I know it's overwhelming to learn how to cook. I know it's overwhelming to relearn to cook if you've cooked a little bit here and there in your life, but it's worth it. And I was thinking about this episode the other day. You know, I was driving to work. I was thinking a lot about you guys, and I was thinking about like, how's this helpful to you? Even if you just pick one recipe that you love and you make it yours, it's like that's your signature. This was my signature for a while, so I was making this a lot for my kids. This is your signature dish. From there, you can branch off and make changes in that recipe, or you can make recipes that are similar to it. But you get that skill set, and you develop that ability, and you get very comfortable with working with these tools and these ingredients. That's the idea of cooking, is to slowly, with repetition, build up your skills around preparing the foods that are good for you, that are healthy, and that taste good, and you like to eat. So this soup, this dish, this lentil soup, it's technically a soup, but I sometimes will serve it over pasta. I call it rocket soup. And I call it rocket soup because if you've ever watched Little Einsteins, that was a thing for a hot minute in the early 2000s. It was a TV show on Disney. And I date myself for when my children were young. And it's this little show called Little Einsteins, and they had this rocket ship. And one time the rocket ship got sick. So the kids got together to make a soup for the rocket to drink to get better. And so I guess rockets drink soup. I don't know. Anyway, I named this after rocket soup. So my kids would get so excited that I'm making rocket soup for them.